Nothing about musky fishing is easy, especially when it comes to trying to pack for the backcountry for an amateur like myself. I'm going to show you what I chose to come into the backcountry and do a 4-kilometer hike to go musky fishing. Now, as you know, musky fishing baits are huge, they're big, they're awkward. You've got a lot of weight to carry with your release tool, so you really want to try and keep it slimmed down and trimmed down because you don't have a lot of room. You don't have a lot of weight, space, capacity to carry. Oh yeah, my name is Ben. I'm a paddlehead. Now, what I tried to do with this is I tried to cover different water depths. I tried to cover different actions, like presentations, and I tried to get a few different colors in the mix too. So let's start off with the hooks. So I grabbed 2, 3, 4, a 5, and a 7. And I got 4 hooks of each size, and I figured that should cover all my range. Most of my baits only have 2 or 3 hooks, hoping I only have to cut 1 or 2 hooks on each bait. So if I was catching fish, I could catch at least a few fish with that bait before I had to like retire it due to incomplete hooks. So that's kind of where I was at with the hooks. 4 of each, and just a little bit of a range of what I have in here. So starting off, bucktail. Now this isn't a normal bucktail by a long shot. This is a Dadson blade, custom made Sprangle, or a proto bait. Originally a proto bait, now I think it's a regular bait in their lineup, made by Samantha Dadson, Sprangle, but a bucktail. You gotta get a bucktail. It covers nice shallow areas. You can get on top of those shallow weeds. It fishes within the top part of the water column. Also, a bucktail is the biggest catcher of muskie. You already know this. If you're fishing for muskie, you know how valuable a bucktail is. Gotta have this. Next, I decided to go with some Topwater. We had planned on doing some low light fishing, and that can be a little tricky to see follows. It can be a little tricky to see when the bait's getting close to your boat when you need to go into a figure 8. But I found with the Topwater, you get that audio of it coming closer. You can hear it coming closer, and you can usually see it on the top of the water. So this is a Night Walker, I believe it's called. I got this from Belleville Pro Tackle. Thanks, Kyle, for the suggestion. I can't wait to catch a fish on this. This is going to be wicked. It's essentially a big prop Topwater, big whopper plopper bait with a straightened out hook on there. I think that's a size 4 and a size 3 on there. But anyways, Topwater. And I tried to get chartreuse and white in my mix here. I wanted some bright flashy colors, and I also wanted some black. So that's why I got this in here. Next, I needed a different presentation. I wanted something a little bit more finesse, something that I could slow down and really work it slower. I grabbed the Titan. This is a new bait. It's from the Musky shop, I believe. The guys that make the Musky 360 podcast, they came up with this bait. Steve and Paul did. I've already caught 1 muskie on the white version of this, so I had to bring this. It's a dive and rise. So this will go down, I think about 9 feet if you keep tugging it, and it goes down, backs up, and turns. It's a dive and rise. It's just like a suic. If you're musky fishing, you know what a suic is. This is just like a suic, except it also has some extra action, a little like turn around and face the fish. And it's got a weight system in here, so I could actually make this so it has different presentation. It actually rises faster if I want to, or keep it slow. It also has electronic bait noises. Once this hits the water, it starts sounding like crickets are making the dirty. So dive and rise, I also wanted orange. I know I had orange on here, but I really wanted an orange and black bait. The next bait is this one. I kind of went with the same style. So you could flip this next one up if you wanted to, but I went with another dive and rise. This one has a much faster rise, and it has like nice big rattle inside of it. This is a sledgehammer, I believe. Kyle, again, from Belleville Pro Tackle, recommended this bait to me. He said it's great for fishing over top of weeds. Anywhere that you would throw a suic has a much faster rise, and it actually like sits like this in the water. It looks kind of awkward, but apparently it gets smashed. Hoping to catch a fish on that, that'd be sweet. But nice black bait, again. I kind of like black, dark colors, either black or whites, with a bit of flash. And it has a bit of a natural pattern on here. There's some walleye in this lake, so it's kind of hoping for that. And you need rubber. You need rubber for your pressured times, so I brought the Medusa. I brought the Medusa because it's white. It's got me bit before. I've got some nice teeth marks in this. Just haven't been able to land the fish yet. This is a big rubber bait. This is kind of like a finesse
Hang on. Someone's being rude. Excuse me over there. Enough. Shh. Enough.
Stop it.
We're making a movie over here.
I can't believe the wildlife. You're so rude. So, rubber. You need a big piece of rubber. This will allow me to fish it at different depths different presentations. It's just a very versatile bait, so it just makes sense. You need a piece of rubber. So I'd also go with a bulldog. I was in between this and the bulldog. All right, so the one last thing. This will let you bring in an extra bait. This will let you be ready to just cast the moment you get to the water as well. This is called a bait glove. These are pretty handy for keeping yourself safe. They're also pretty handy for transporting baits. Now, we use these for when we're doing backcountry trips for portaging with our normal rods. You can get these bait gloves in different sizes, so we don't have to take off our baits every time we hit a portage. But I thought, hey, this will allow me to get in here. So, the last bait, I brought a shallow raider. This goes down like 5 to 9 feet, I think, but I wanted a crank. I really wanted something that I could just do a straight retrieve in, or I could do a retrieve, pause, and it's just a completely different action, and allows me to cover a little bit more of the water column at a different presentation. Anyways, I hope you found that helpful. I hope this helps you decide on what baits you're gonna bring into the backcountry when you take the venture. And I hope helps you land a fish. If you want to see the trip that we're actually on right now, check out the link right here or down in the description below, and you can see if I ended up catching that muskie.